The Boeing 747 and the Airbus A380-800 are the most recognizable planes in the world. How did they become so famous and well-known? It all started in the 1960s when Boeing chairman Bill Allen wanted a new plane design that would be faster, larger, and could fly farther. After going through many designs, the final result was the Boeing 747. The Boeing 747 was built by a group of over 50,000 men and women known as the Incredibles and became the first ever double-decker plane in existence. During the 1960s, air travel was becoming more and more popular. This was the main reason the Boeing 747 was built. The Boeing 747's first flight was on February 9, 1969 at the Boeing Airfield near Seattle, Washington. It is now heavily used for cargo purposes. The first version of the Boeing 747 was the Boeing 747-100. Its first flight was on February 9, 1969, and 167 of those aircraft were built. The second version, the Boeing 747-200, had its first flight on October 11, 1970, and 225 of those were built. The third version, the 747-300, had its first flight on October 5, 1982, and 56 were built. The fourth version, the 747-400, had its first flight on April 29, 1988, and 442 were built. The newest version, the 747-8, had its first flight on March 20, 2011, and 50 were built. Approximately 625 747s are in service today around the world. There is also the huge Boeing 747 Dreamlifter used as a cargo plane, which was released in 2005 and is most likely to rival the Airbus Beluga, which is also used as a cargo plane. The A380-800 started production in January of 2001 and was announced in the year 2000 by Airbus, and was originally prototyped as the A3XX. Its first flight was on April 27, 2005 at the Airbus headquarters in Toulouse-Blagnac International Airport in Toulouse, France. Its first commercial flight with passengers was operated by Singapore Airlines as Flight SQ380 from Singapore Changi Airport to Sydney Airport on October 25, 2007. There are a total of 233 A380s currently in service by 15 carriers, and they have a whopping 500 or more person capacity. Also, Airbus has recently announced they will deliver the last A380 in 2021 and shut down the A380 program completely. Currently, the airline with the most Airbus A380s is Emirates, with around 115 in service as of now. The Airbus A380-800 is the largest passenger airliner and most expensive plane in the world, costing around $500,000. It is undeniable that this airplane did not successfully challenge the Boeing 747's dominance in the long-haul flight market, as this was Airbus's aim, and was something of a commercial failure. Not only did delays in the development of the model cause much higher than projected development costs, but Airbus have admitted that they are unlikely to be able to recoup the full staggering €25 billion price tag on bringing this model to the market.